Okay, so in the last video, I covered how to build stairways going up and down in a very efficient manner. So today I've put together a little course to show you a few more tips. I'm just going to briefly go over a little review of what was covered the last time. The first being, whenever you make a hole coming from, a stairway, or just whenever you dig into the ground, as you can see on my mini map, there's a brown spot right there that reveals where your holes are. Just remember to always cover them up, or at least try to match the color on top, so that way, I know it's not this color, but match it so that way it will be harder to find your entrances. And then of course we have the digging down method really fast, which is very simple. All you do is you start by mining the block underneath you, then you hold down right click, and you just keep on going. So you can either mine like this and then double click in front of you, or as I like to do it, I personally like to do it this way and then move up. Just hold down right click and then mine the block underneath you, which makes a nice neat little path, and just make that nice and rounded. Of course, going up, just hold down right click the whole time, and you just hit these top two blocks until you get up to your desired destination. So pretty good and helpful. Of course, whenever you're digging, especially whenever you're going up, it's very easy if an enemy does find your tunnel to just go straight down and then start shooting up everything. So what I like to do is, suppose we have our nice long tunnel right here. They have found it. I don't usually go in a straight line. What I would actually do when going up is I would actually start branching off to the side of it, and then I'd start going up. But before I even start going up, I would actually be mining downwards, and then I would start going across and up. Because if you don't, well, basically the reason why I'm doing this is because, think about it, if I were to just go in a straight path and then I dig down like this, it will be very easy for the enemy to figure out, all they have to do is just build a path straight up to it, or they can just continue mining across, and then next thing you know, they're in your base. But if you go from an angle like that, and you take an angle whenever you do the drop-off, they're going to have no idea where that tunnel actually is. They can only guess. So really their only option is building up. But by the time they start building up to you, you're already going to have moved on and be in a completely different spot. So you'll be fine, basically, is what I'm getting at. Now, as far as the next thing that we will look at is going to be climbing. So, interestingly enough, as you all know, usually whenever it comes to climbing up, it's fairly easy. You got a nice consistent rate of climbing up. It's just whenever you go down that you start to have these weird sputters where you just start slowing down. So here's something that I've noticed. The speed of which you go up is entirely dependent on your y-axis of whether you're looking up or down. If I look completely up, I go very slow down the stairs, as you can see by the mini-map. Also, the same goes if I look straight down while I'm climbing. Not only can I prevent myself from going up, but if I look straight up, I have a tendency of slowing myself down. As far as reverse goes, I find that it's actually easier when traversing a stairway like this, rather than look down the stairs. It's actually easier to look backwards whenever you go downstairs. It actually keeps your walk consistent. So as I'll now demonstrate, if I just look try to stay as horizontal as possible, and I just walk down the stairs. It's quite fast. And then, of course, on a grander scale, if I walk up these stairs just a little ways, and now I'm going to start walking down them. As you can see, a little bit of a jump here and there. It's kind of alright, but I mean, you can get down there fast, but you have like these little sputters whenever you're going down, versus if I just walk down like this, as you can see, well, I guess it's about the same, but it is a little bit faster to go backwards down a staircase. And also, just saying, if this is your team right here, it's all in all better to be going down this way, because, you know, if there's an enemy that's about to pop up, at least you're well protected, or you can defend yourself with your own gun. And of course, I had to bring back in this. If you're getting heavily bombarded from the top, you want to build a barrier with this pattern, because you've got this nice little shot area right here that's very hard for somebody to hit you. You can go back, you're protected. You can make this as long as you want. Preferably you don't want it one thick for the obvious reason of that. And then this is another interesting thing that I noted. So if I blow a bunch of blocks here, try and clear out my inventory, let's say like you're digging, or you're just using a whole bunch of blocks while you're digging back in the hallway. Whenever you right-click mine, like this, as you can see, I still have 10 blocks in my inventory, but if I double-click on these, I can actually get my blocks back. So a lot of times what I often do whenever I know I'm being pursued by somebody and I'm trying to block up the path, I'll also start digging along the top of the ceiling as well to try and get my inventory back. So as you can see, I've already gotten my 50 blocks. So to put this in practice, let's just say I've got a nice hallway going right here. And we're going to say that the enemy is way down there. Or, yeah, something of the sort. Okay. So we'll say that this is the entrance to their base. They're coming at me. Here I am doing my damnedest to block them off, keep them from coming at me. And oh no, I'm out of blocks. Easy solution, just start mining the top out as fast as you can. Get your blocks back. Start building your barrier again. Whatnot. So yeah, those are some basic tips. Of course, on the hallway map, never ever build up like this, because let's face it, that's really easy to shoot out. You're going to get shot off, you're going to fall to your death. And I'm just trying to make sure I've covered everything. Of course, with any kind of capture the flag game mode, preferably you want to come from here, grab it, try to get into the water, because you can't build in the water. Because if you try to run on land, basically what's going to happen is the other person's just going to, you know, barricade off the intelligence, make it super hard for you to get to it. You know, stuff of the sort. But yeah, that should do it for now. I hope that helps. Remember, you have a V key to sneak. If you're ever in a wall, you hear other people digging, try to silently build with them until you can find them, you know, grenades, all that good stuff. Anyways, see ya.